Hello, friends, and welcome to episode 19 of the Weird Turn Pro. I'm on my lonesome here. I'm Mo Strummel here in Nashville.
And I'm Jason Winfield in Lamont, PA. And we have a first this week. We have a couple who are going to play for us today. We have David Young and Susan Lang. Welcome to the show, guys. Where are you coming to us from?
We are in the great metropolis of Hancock, New Hampshire. Population less than 2,000.
It looks beautiful.
And we're actually out. Yeah, we're outside in our little gazebo. So
wow, that's fantastic.
Be here.
Once again, so everybody knows, I've tweeted this out. I've put it on Facebook. This is another one of my guitar heroes here today. David played with Red Rose Cotillion. Actually, they still play every now and then, right? Get back together.
We do.
And one of my favorite bands from back in the old days in State College. We usually like to get things started right away with a song. And I know that you are working on a lot of new songs, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. But what do you got for us first?
All right, we're going to start with a song called Shiloh. And it's we always say it's a true story. Maybe this particular version isn't exactly 100% true, but I'm sure this has happened in the past. It's a song about love, murder, mayhem, and skullduggery. So,
perfect.
Inspired by a walk in the field one day, I came upon a big stand of Queen Anne's lace flowers, and kind of melody popped into my head, kind of an old English ballad type melody, and I kind of absconded with the melody as part of the chorus, but it was an old 16th century type thing, and it worked its way into a rock and roll tune, which we'll do acoustically.
Nice. Awesome.
On the road from Narragansett, destination Boston town, I came upon that sheriff with a 6-gun in his hand, his face a frown. He said, "You got some nerve to come here, Will, with sweet Shiloh still in town. I knew it's just a matter of time before I caught you sneaking around." And I said, "Shiloh's face, well, she captured a place in my heart. Sunlight through the window pane, she could melt all my troubles away." By the river, that's where it happened. In the spring of '49, when my old papa was fishing by the river, that 6-gun cut him from behind. And then he buried him so shallow, maybe 1 or 2 feet down. By the time we found him, there was Queen Anne's lace growing all around. Queen Anne's lace, she captured a place in my heart. Sunlight through the window pane, she could melt all my troubles away. by the river, there's a secret. How sweet Shiloh came from town with bow barrels blazing in the moonlight. Yeah, she cut that sheriff down. And then we buried him so deeply where the river rushes by. Those cattails swaying in the sunlight, you should see their streamers fly. Shiloh's grace, she captured a place in my heart. Sunlight through the window pane, she could melt all my troubles away. Shiloh's face, she captured a place in my heart. Sunlight through the window pane, she could melt all my troubles away. Sunlight through the window pane, she could melt all my troubles.
Wow. Yeah. That's awesome. Good song. You know, I'm going to be whistling that as I walk into work tomorrow. It's just, that's going to stick.
That's
Good job.
That's a really
It's
good
a fun
song.
and it really kind of cooks with the band. So
Yeah, we've
Oh, I bet. I bet.
we've been privy to some of the early work on that you shared with us on the with the full production of some of these songs, and I have to say it's pretty impressive. The total band composition of all of this, of what a lot of people are going to hear today, is something that if you're not looking forward to it, you should be, because it's pretty cool. The stuff that I heard, so, and that I was able to listen
we
to,
appreciate it.
so. Yeah.
It's been way too long in the making. So
Well, let's talk about that a little bit, because you basically are working on two projects at the same time. Is that correct?
well, we're in the recording studio and pretty much wrapping up the rock and roll record, and that's been in, like I said, in the works for a couple of years now. It's been a long process because the engineer is in Massachusetts, about an hour or so away, and so it's a hike to get people there. But we've done it. We did everything at once for bass, drums, rhythm guitar, and vocals, and we just did them live. We had everything separated on different channels, and then slowly over the next year or so, I've been going and playing lead guitars, organ, some piano. We had a fiddle player come in, and we had our engineer actually put on a little banjo. So it's
Nice.
It's been a fun project, but I'm definitely ready to move on. The next one that we're working on, this will be an entirely acoustic record. So everything on the record will be an acoustic instrument. So fiddle, mandolin, stand-up bass, drums, of course, but with brushes or those kind of bamboo stick type things, acoustic guitar, dobro, that kind of thing. So it'll be a kind of a swing folk Americana type record. So
Nice.
we like to
That's
try
It's
to
pretty
do it
cool.
all.
That sounds like a lot of fun, actually.
And we should. You didn't leave the fiddle off the rock and roll album either, did you?
By no means. We have a real hot fiddle player that played on that one. We might use a different someone who was more of the Appalachian and like bluegrass style for the next record. But that guy, Tim Roper, his name is incredible. And we've done some live shows with him too. And it's we have a lot of fun going back and forth with the guitar and the fiddle.
That's cool.
Fantastic.
That is
Yeah.
that is great.
It is definitely very unique and distinct when you listen to these songs with the band. I'm really excited about it. Yeah,
Well,
it's really good.
Thank you.
Yep.
That's awesome. Go ahead.
Jason, did you have something?
I was
ask him to play another one.
Yeah, that's what I was going to do. I think it's time to hear
Okay.
another song because I'm at the edge of my seat waiting to hear what's going to come next.
Okay, so this song actually is going to be on that rock and roll record, although it probably should. It might also be on the acoustic record. Who knows? And this is actually one that I wrote in the Red Rose Cotillion days, and I had never really been able to record it. Every time I tried to record it by myself, I screwed it up so bad it just didn't happen. So we played with the band, and it was like, and when we added the fiddle to it, it really kind of worked. So it's kind of a bluegrassy type tune called Wood Grain, and I wrote it when I lived on that little house we called the Tree House there in State College way back in 1981, I think, is this song. So, but it's been played with the band and played lots and lots by us as a duo and stuff, but it's never been on a recording. So here we go.
Awesome.
Let's hear it.
Yeah.
Find it in your fingerprint like ripples on the floor. You see it in a seashell like the patterns on your door. And even spiral galaxies repeat the picture frame. The honeycombs and sunflowers repeat the furling grains. Only wood grain, wood grain embroidered through the years. Only wood grain never saw quite so clear before today. Wrinkles in your father's face remind you of a tree. His fallen hair like fallen leaves, the winter comes to freeze. And even spiral galaxies repeat the picture frame. The DNA that's in your genes reveals the furling grains. Only wood grain embroidered through the years. Only wood grain never saw quite so clear before today. All the patterns all repeat themselves in nature's subtle plan. Despite the fallen embryo, the brotherhood of man will survive. Find it in your fingerprint like ripples on the floor. You see it in a seashell like the patterns on your door. And even spiral galaxies repeat the picture frame. Honeycombs and sunflowers repeat the furling grains. Only wood grain embroidered through the years. Only wood grain never saw quite so clear. Wood grain embroidered through the years. Only wood grain never saw quite so clear. Wood grain embroidered through the years. Only wood grain never saw quite so clear before today.
That is a lot of fun.
Ton
That
of
is a
fun. Yes.
That is a fun song.
You know, the concept of the song, when you hear the first line of the song, and it's talking about your fingerprint, and you look at that, and you look at wood grain, and you say to yourself, how can we not be related to trees? I mean, that's like, it's there. That is so cool. I mean, absolutely amazing. Yeah. I love it.
Yeah, that was a fun visual trip. Thank you.
Well, it's funny because one of the inspirations for that was, of course, just the in college at Penn State. I learned all about the Einsteinian elliptical helix, and how that's everywhere. And then my pretty much my best friend there in the world there, Jamie Thompson. I've got like 4 best friends in the world, and he's definitely been my friend the longest. He has this weird thing in his beard that it makes a spiral over here. So if he doesn't shave for a few days, it's like this. He's got this perfect spiral there. And I used to look at that, under certain conditions
Wow.
and think, wow, that is just trippy. So anyway,
So it's like a cowlick in his beard.
yeah, pretty wild. Anyway,
Well, since you went there, I just want to talk about that for a minute because you're wearing the shirt today. So mine's up in my drawer, but you definitely have the Red Rose shirt on there. Yeah, let me open this up so everybody can see it. There it is. It's a beauty, right? And I just want to point out that just so you know, this guitar right here. I actually lent this to Jamie for a while when I think he was in Pictures at that time, or is that the band? Anyway, his guitar was in the shop
The
or something.
Strat?
I lent him that. You may have played that guitar. I don't know. So it's like, but I want to show you at that time.
What's it?
I cut out
wasn't
there.
in
I think
state-
my thing.
Yeah, I wasn't in State College during the Pictures.
You were gone by then. Yeah.
It was in Pittsburgh playing with Bud, our keyboard player, and a couple of other bands down there.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Oh, I'm going to show the picture. Here's the band that I became familiar with David through, and this is Red Rose sitting outside of the brewery, Red Rose Cotillion sitting outside of, and we usually have some friends from the brewery watching right now, so they'll recognize that spot. I'm pretty sure.
So yeah, that's the original Red Rose Cotillion with Jerry Getz and Roger Schultz, and then the guy on my far left. That's this end of the picture. That's Jim Green. Jim was our kind of one of our Robert Hunter type guys. He was one of the creative juices behind the band, and he didn't play instruments, but he wrote lyrics to some of our songs, some really cool lyrics. And he's actually the person who designed this T-shirt. When we got together in 2006, we had him do that, and Jim was our sound man for a while there, probably during this time at the brewery. So he was just kind of like an Owsley type character, if you think of the Grateful Dead's or Robert Hunter, maybe Owsley and Robert Hunter are combined into one person. Great guy. He's still alive and kicking out in California.
That's awesome.
So-
That is a great photo, by the way.
Yeah, this is my favorite. This is my defining photo. What's that, Susan?
My honey, he's so cute.
Yeah. well, let me make that even better, because there you go.
What's that? Hot diggity.
Yeah, he's got the
That's
SG
the-
strapped on. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the SG that I bought from a friend of ours named Jim Messina. Well, I think Jamie bought it and then sold it to me, or else I just bought it from Jimmy. And Jimmy used to play in bands with Jamie back in high school too. So it's a '68.
Wow.
I still have it. It still screams bloody murder.
Nice.
That's so good. That is so good. I do want to. Nowadays, you guys, there's two bands, right? Two different bands that you're playing in, basically, or
Yeah.
hanging out with, or producing with, or doing something with. So, what are the names of those two bands again?
It's basically us.
It's basically us.
Well,
Is that the name of the band? Basically us?
You make it sound like there's a whole orchestra behind you. Yeah.
we are Crazy Cows. So we started it like as a duo. We called ourselves Crazy Cows, and then we were doing a lot of Crazy Cow stuff in coffee house type situations and little cabarets and stuff. And then we added a bass player and a drummer, and we were playing a lot of different stuff, and it was way more heavy. It was we really got into some really cool stuff, rock and roll, and we started doing a lot of the same stuff we do with Crazy Cows. We do it as a rock and roll band, but it's just like it's in a different dimension. And so we
Sure.
decided we needed a different name for that configuration. So we called that Eyes of Age. And the Eyes of Age, that actually, speaking of Jim Green again, Jim Green wrote a poem, and one of the lines was, "When the eyes of age cast a shadow of doom." And I don't remember all the poem, somewhere I have it, but I just was always struck so much by that during the Red Rose Cotillion days, we wrote a song called Eyes of Age. And it sounded like a very progressive tune. It goes all over the place, and we don't even play it in our band that's called Eyes of Age yet. We haven't found a good arrangement for it yet, because there's a lot of heavy keyboards and
Yeah, yeah.
Anyway, we just added a guy who's going to play sax and keyboard and guitar on stuff, so we might be able to probably do an arrangement of that song now. Anyway,
Excellent.
That's
Well,
cool.
let's have you guys do another song, and then when we come back, we're gonna play a little game with you, and see what you know about your hometown. All right?
okay.
All right.
So this song actually is a song that Susan and I wrote together. I was as far as songwriting process goes, I know a lot of people do it differently. I usually write music first. I usually get an idea and I have an inspiration, a little teeny bit of a word or something, but then I write the music and I have the entire arrangement done, and then I write the words. So I had written this the first verse and the chorus to this song, and I was kind of stuck on it, and so I asked Susan to just listen to it and write words that work in the same syntax, the word pattern. So she wrote some verses, and she wrote I think she wrote 4 verses, and I used 2 of them because it didn't need as many words as she wrote, but they were great. But I thought that it tells a story, and it's all about riding motorcycles. And I myself, true confession, I don't ride. I would love to have one, but I don't have one. But one day I will. But it appears as if we're pretty cool on the cycles on the song. So
Nice.
sorry about this. Blue wind and sunlight paint the road before me. 2 wheels churning to the engine roaring, catapult dust, bullets from a gun. As we fly down the road, I see you smiling in my mirror. Your reflection grows a little clearer as we slow to let the cows cross the road. Oh, darkness falls with the sun. The moon lights up the sky. Drops of silver in our eyes. What a day it's been. It's good to call you friend. Tomorrow we can do it all again. Right now we're thirsty. Woo. And a little dusty from the road. Just a little dusty. As we pack up our rides, we see the mountains in the distance. Can't wait to be a little nearer to them and see what's waiting on the other side. Your face smiles like the sun. The moon lights up the sky. Drops of silver in our eyes. What a day it's been. It's good to call you friend. Tomorrow we can do it all again. Right now we're thirsty. as we glide down our road. The dogs and the chickens come to greet us. They're just as happy as we are to see them. Grab our gear and head inside. Strike a match, light a fire. The moon lights up the sky. Drops of silver in our eyes. What a day it's been. It's good to call you friend. Tomorrow we can do it all again. Right now we're thirsty and a little dusty from the road. Just a little dusty from the road. Just a little dusty.
Well, right now I'm thirsty. Jeez.
You're thirsty.
I'm thirsty. Sorry.
I
Well,
can't hear
maybe
you.
Before we play. Oh,
I can't hear you.
I've.
are you unmuted
I
there,
can't hear Mo. Can
Jason?
you?
I think we're. Oh,
Can't
I'm
hear,
a-
Am I
can't hear
unmuted?
either one of you.
I'm unmuted. We are unmuted. Did you have me?
Oh.
Yeah. Can you hear me now?
Hey, now I can hear you.
Hey, I got it.
Maybe we're just
Woohoo!
delayed there. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Maybe we just
Okay.
got delayed on the
Awesome.
muting. That was
I was commenting you made me thirsty, so
so.
I was on that
that's
ride.
Ja-
A little windburn on the
I
forehead.
believe that's Jason's clue that he wants to play. What are you drinking? Is
Oh.
that your clue?
Oh,
No, I was just saying I was
Okay.
following the song. So
Well, let's go ahead and do that.
I think we have
before-
an okay.
Let's go ahead and do that before we have the my hometown game. So, what are you drinking today, Jason?
Today I am back in Texas. I am enjoying my Ruby Redbird, my Diet Shriner.
Diet Shriner, Shiner,
Shriner.
right? Shriner. I don't have the
Right.
fez on. Right?
Yeah.
So anyway, here I'm drinking a State Park blonde ale from Tennessee Brew Works. Nice little place downtown here in Nashville that has an outdoor seating area, some good food, good brews all the way across the board. What are you guys drinking?
you want to go first?
I'll go first. I'm drinking a lovely Pinot Grigio
Awesome.
from Italy,
Excellent.
which is nice.
I'm drinking a Granite Roots Brewing Monadnock
Put it
India
up to
Pale
the
Ale.
camera.
Nice.
So
See it.
Monadnock
Right?
Company. There you go.
There you go.
Monadnock.
Monadnock.
Yeah, so Monadnock is that mountain there that you can
Right.
see in the picture. It is actually, it's neck and neck with Mount Fuji. Sometimes it's the most, sometimes it's the second most climbed mountain in the world. It's not a huge mountain, and lots of Boy Scout troops come and stuff, and so tons and tons of people climbed it. It's like
Wow.
Anyway, it's a great place. It has a wonderful view. It looks like you're just everything around here is in a sea of leaves. And this brewery, Granite Roots, is right kind of at the base of the mountain, a town or two over called Troy. And they have a wonderful beer garden. And we're playing there tomorrow night,
Hey.
Hey.
Awesome.
or tomorrow afternoon, say from about 3:30 or so to 7-ish. So, and we'll have I think we're going to have a sax guy and who plays sax and bass, not at the same time, evidently, and with us. So it should be
Well,
fun.
That would be something to see if he could actually play those two at the same
Yeah.
time.
Obviously.
And in 2 weeks from tomorrow night, the 28th, we'll actually be at back at Granite Roots with the entire band and the sax player and the bass and drums and electric guitars and stuff. So that should be fun.
So remember,
That'll be
everybody, tomorrow
fantastic.
afternoon, Granite Roots, come see these two play, and then go back
Yeah.
on the 28th and see the whole band play.
That's
Yeah.
I
right.
think if I could get there, I would.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, well let's play a little game. I do want you to know that if you win the game, and by winning the game I mean you answer 2 out of 3 questions correctly, you will win this lovely prize, and we'll send one for both of you up there if you win.
Oh,
This
right.
is your Stay Weird Turn Pro official mason jar with a handle.
Awesome.
So it's good for wine and beer. So
Yep.
and also iced tea
We
and
like
some
that.
other non-alcoholic beverages. So we have all of those. So
Or
we're gonna
coffee,
ask
because
you-
it does have a handle.
or coffee. Yeah. So we're going to ask you 3 questions, and if you get 2 out of 3 right, we're going to give you the prize. And the questions are about your hometown. So, David, obviously, we reached out to you, and your hometown is listed as Levittown, PA. So we're going to go back to Levittown for just a brief period of time here, and see if you can answer 3 questions. So the very first one, Jason's going to keep score because he's got at least 3 fingers that he can count on. So he's going to do that for us. So we're going to ask you, the very first question is about Levittown itself. Levittown, PA is the second Levittown that was ever built by Abraham Levitt. That's also a segue into your next song, I believe. But anyway, the Levitt brothers, Abraham Levitt and William and Alfred, his sons. So it was actually the Levitt and Sons was the name of the company. So that was the second one. Do you know what state the first Levittown was built in?
I believe it was in New York. If it
That
wasn't
is
New York,
correct. Jason,
It was,
We have a 1.
we have 1. All right, Jason counting from the other side of his hand too. So that's
Woohoo!
even fancy. All right, here's your next question. In 1960, Levittown American beat Fort Worth, Texas to win what world championship?
oh, the Little League.
The Little League World Series. That is correct. So you are at 2 out of 3 right now. You've already won this
You've already won.
lovely prize, wherever it is. There you go. You've already won that. But we're going to ask you a third question. This one might be a little bit tougher. Even though you might think that the historical Bolton Mansion is the home of Michael, pause for everybody to catch up. It is the
I'm hearing
ancestral
scales.
home. It is actually the ancestral home of what family? This is the tough one.
Where is it? What town is it?
It's in Levittown.
Is it William Penn?
No,
Okay.
it is the Pembertons. So you had the first letter right. He
Right.
gets a half for that, right, Jason?
Yeah, I'll give you a half because we had part of it.
There was a Pemberton Academy in or is there a Pemberton somewhere near Trenton? I forget. But anyway, yeah. I'm not.
Yeah. So that's very good. You got
pretty
2
good,
right though.
yeah.
So you
Yep.
guys are both getting a Stay
Yes.
Weird Turn Pro mason
good.
jar with handle. It also comes with a lid and a straw, by the way. So that's even
Yes.
better for the iced tea time.
Rock on.
And for sitting outside, especially if you have birds overhead like we sometimes do. So
That's awesome.
Keeps bugs out of your wine.
We have bugs.
We have birds, and we have these weird caterpillars who send down their.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
How much fun?
Ugly.
Not in the gazebo.
All right.
Oh, see,
Well, I feel like it's time for another song. What do you got?
Okay, so we'll get a little serious here. It's about drug addiction. There's no way to get around it. So it's a little bit of a sad song, but it's also there's definitely hope in it. It was inspired by too many people I knew who either passed away or were close family members who got addicted to things. So I wrote it on a piano and then I transferred it to a guitar. On the recording, I play both with the band, but it didn't come out the way the recordings. I like it very much on the recording, but I wanted the piano to be more prominent, so we'll probably record that one again on another project someday. But for now, here you go. This is the guitar-oriented version. I lost my way. Too many distractions. Too many painful sounds down the hallway. Till I go down to dreamland. caught me by surprise. In the bosom of Abraham, I'll find my solace. When my enemies fall to the ground, I'll find my way. When I lose this demon, shackles me to my addiction, I will arise in the bosom of Abraham. I'll find my peace. Yeah, you could say my cravings enslave me. Every waking heartbeat is panic, desperation, till I go down to dreamland with my affliction clinging to my side. In the bosom of Abraham, I'll find my solace. When my enemies fall to the ground, I'll find my way. When I lose this demon that shackles me to my addiction, I will arise in the bosom of Abraham. I'll find my peace. Maybe someday I'll lose this attraction and walk through heaven's bright pearly gates, and I'll come down from dreamland, kiss the night goodbye forevermore. In the bosom of Abraham, I'll find my solace. When my enemies fall to the ground, I'll find my way. When I lose this demon that shackles me to my addiction, I will arise in the bosom of Abraham. I'll find my peace. In the bosom of Abraham, I'll find my peace. In the bosom of Abraham, I'll find my peace.
That's beautiful.
I yeah.
Touching.
And I have to tell you, I told you I had a favorite already from the mixes that you sent us, and this is the one. This one, as soon as I heard it, it was, I mean, it's just, there's a lot there, but it's such a good song, and the mix that you've sent, I mean, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful song.
Well, thanks. It's got a little bit of a Nashville feel to it.
Yeah,
With,
yeah.
With the fiddle on it, he really nailed that fiddle solo. It's very beautiful.
Absolutely, absolutely. I can't, when do you think just for the people that might be watching, when do you have a sort of a time frame for the project to get out there, or is
I
it just
think
kind of loose
yeah,
right now?
fall, I want to commit to it. I think we're so close. We've done so much of you say the mixes are pretty good. There's a few tweaks I need to make, but not much. And then we have one song that we have piecemeal done. It was an afterthought, but it actually, especially going on with what's going on now, it'll be a fitting into the song. So we just
Right.
we need to finish that one, but everything else is in the can for the most part with some tweaks. So
Excellent.
Nice.
We just want to
Beautiful
point
song,
out,
yeah.
I have the tip jar up. We'll put this up again in a little
Nope.
bit, but it's there for as I said, we're working on being able to take care of the artists when they come on here, but at the moment we're relying on the generosity of the viewers, and so here's how you can provide some tell the artists, David and Susan, what you think of their music, and certainly drop something in the tip jar for them. Okay, we're going to give you guys a short little break here. This is a chance to catch your breath for a little bit while Jason does a song. And Jason's actually going to do a new song that he wrote with some folks. He'll talk about it, but it'll give you guys a chance to get sit back, relax for a couple minutes, and then we'll get back to you after Jason does his song. So we'll be right back with you guys. Jason, what do you got for us?
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, I contacted Michael Saletta, who is a former guest, and he has a group of guys that he works with, Michael Miners, Kipper Lee, and himself, and they meet weekly since a year ago, and they've been meeting on Zoom, and I joined them for a Zoom songwriting session last Wednesday, and it was a whole new experience for me. It was a great time. Thank you guys for letting me participate in that. And I am going to, at this point, attempt to play the song that we wrote last week. Bear with me, but here we go. You just pulled into town trying to find your way to the weekend rental, 9 blocks away from the Neon Cowboy, watching over Broadway. Looking for a way to leave it all behind. You heard it from a friend, it was a real good time, and now you're walking in here to listen to me. You're a country music tourist, there ain't no need to be a purist. You wanna hear some tunes in a Broadway saloon and get a beer in your hand. And if the tip jar raises, I'll play you friends in low places. You're a country music tourist, and that's alright by me. But tomorrow night you'll be next to the stage, singing along with every song that gets played, wearing brand new boots, buy two get one. You're a country music tourist, there ain't no need to be a purist. You wanna hear some tunes in a Broadway saloon and get a beer in your hand. And if the tip jar raises, I'll play you friends in low places. You're a country music tourist, and that's alright by me. Every night they come and go while I sit here putting on a show. It's a special trip for you, it's true, but next weekend there'll be another just like you. Well, the next morning you'll be heading home, 100 different pictures sitting on your phone, trying to remember what the hell you've done. You're a country music tourist, there ain't no need to be a purist. You wanna hear some tunes in a Broadway saloon and get a beer in your hand. And if the tip jar raises, I'll play you friends in low places. You're a country music tourist, and that's alright by me. Oh yeah, you're a country music tourist, and that's alright by me.
Yeah.
That's fun.
Well, that was the idea. It was a fun song. I mean, it's really interesting to go from, we talk about this on a regular basis. We both kind of figure out a title. Sometimes we go from music like you do. Sometimes we go from a word, and you kind of run with it. You figure out a rhythm as you go. Sometimes I've actually woke up in the middle of the night and I have like 6 notes in my head. By far, it was the most unique experience ever to sit in a Zoom session with 4 people from, well, Michael Saletta, who's been a guest on the show, is from Melbourne, Australia. Michael Miners is in Winnetka, Illinois, which is north of Chicago, and Kipper Lee is in South Carolina. So, and I'm in central Pennsylvania. So the 4 of us throughout, kind of having a talk. I'm getting to know these guys because I've never, other than Michael for 2 hours, I have never met any of them. So it was a really interesting time, and I think I'm going at the end of the month to join them again. I mean, it was just, I learned a lot about me, and I learned a lot about song form. I'm the new one to this. I walked away from my guitar 30 years ago, and I didn't go back to it until about 5 years ago. So
Wow.
5, 6 or 7 years ago, I guess at this point. But and it was one of those things where it's just one of those. And I was a bass player predominantly. That's the first time I started really playing 6 strings was about 6, 7 years ago. So to go for so it's been an interesting trip, and that was just one of those unique experiences. So thank you for experiencing that with me. That was the first time that song's been. That's the first time that's a debut of a song.
I like that. Yeah, I've never collaborated on like inter like social media to write a song before. I've done it remotely, like friends send me lyrics and I'll like write a song to it, because instead the music to me comes more in the form and stuff than sometimes I have songs that the music has been done literally for 25, 30 years, and I can't finish the song because of the lyrics, because
Right.
I'm meticulous about what I want in there, and then if I can't get it, I'll let it sit. So anyway,
Right.
Funny you say that. It's funny you say that, because the opening riff to the show, the guitar part in the opening riff to the show is something that I've sat on for a long time, and I could never come up with words, and so I started thinking, well, maybe it's just an opening to a show. And then we decided to do our own show, and I said, well, I already have the opening, so let's do that.
And I do have to say that this is the second time in a row that, I mean, we've had Moe's Guitar Heroes from college on, and the joy has been that I get to listen to you guys play and then try to play a song after you guys have been playing. I got to say that it's a bit it makes you very nervous, because I'm watching you play, and I have to say your natural strum and qualities of how you play the guitar is amazing. And I see why he's one of your you're one of his heroes. and to like all of a sudden pull out a guitar and start playing again, it's like it's like a 8-year-old recital kind of going on.
No, that was great. I teach people. I teach some kids and sometimes, and I teach them like stuff that drives them nuts, like scales.
Yeah.
and I have them go like down, 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 up, 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 up.
Yep, exactly.
And I say, if you get this, then you will be able to like move your wristing and do stuff. But you got it's kind of like in the Karate Kid when they were teaching them wax on, wax off, and it's like you need to get your stuff. And I always tell them your right hand your left hand will always keep up with what your right hand can do. It always will.
Right.
Right.
But your right hand is so much more important than your left hand in the guitar, and people don't quite get that. So
That's fantastic advice, right
That
there.
is great advice.
Anybody
But-
who's watching right now, take that to heart for sure.
But I have to say that left hand, the fingers are moving. The fingers are moving in quite a lot when you're playing, and it's pretty fun to watch.
well,
Hey, before we get to the next song, I just want to throw this up because you guys are part of this, and I want to make sure everybody knows that you not only do you support it, you're actually a part of this. And so this is Musicians on Call. We have a little QR code up there, so if people want to donate to this, they can. But just tell us a little bit about what you guys do with this.
Sure. We a friend of mine actually from Bucks County, I had seen on his Facebook page that he was involved in it, and I looked it up and saw what it was. So, and I said, oh, we could do that. It's an organization of musicians who go into VA hospitals or anyone who's been in the service. We go and children's hospitals as well. It's not just we just happen to do a lot in the VA, but a lot of them are VA hospitals, children's hospitals, etc. And the musicians will go in, and we have a guide who was with us who goes from one room to the next on like 3 different floors, and they'll knock on the people's door and ask them if they want musicians to come in and play them a song. And I'd say that probably 60 to 70% of the people say, yeah, we'd love to hear a song. And we'll go in. So then we walk in and we play them one song, and we try to match the song up to what either their age or what they look like. Like we'll play Grateful Dead songs for like 90-year-old people, and they'll go like, what? But we can play but we can play them a song by John Denver or an old song by Tennessee Ernie Ford from the 40s or something, and they'll go, oh, we love that. So we learn a really huge repertoire, and then we do that. It's volunteer. We don't get paid for it, so we do it once a month, and we miss it because we haven't been able to do it since March. But the organization is now doing some online streaming stuff that they're bringing things into people's rooms now. So we've donated a couple of things, songs and stuff to them. So hopefully.
That's fantastic.
Yeah,
That is fantastic. That's awesome.
Yeah, that
Cool
is
thing.
absolutely fantastic. Well, why don't you throw another song at us here?
All right, we're gonna play you the newest song that we have. And we were working on this at least a month before the COVID-19 thing happened. So our disclaimer is we were working on a song that I kind of was noodling around with a swing type pattern. I wanted to write some swing tunes for some reason for the new record that we're working on. I said we need some real swing tunes with a lot of minor diminished chords and a lot of changes that act like a reel. So I wrote this little reel and wrote the words, and the words were inspired one night in front of the fireplace when I was just singing it, and I started laughing at them, and so I kind of ran with it. Anyway, it's a lighthearted look at the Grim Reaper, and that we're all running away from him in one way or another. And like I said, it came out. We're working on this song. We finished it right when the COVID thing happened, and we were kind of like, should we play this for people? And I said, you know what? Why not? It's regardless of whether we have a COVID crisis or not, it's the human condition, and it's still there. So
Exactly.
we've actually played it at nursing homes, and the people that we also play like at nursing homes and stuff, and they loved it. So if they love it, guess what?
Excellent.
Anyway,
Excellent.
it's called the Grim Reaper's Farewell Country Balls. Turn to the right, look out on the left. Before you cross those tracks, you better glance east and west, north and south, up and down, inside out and outside in, and all around. So, skip to the left, slide to the right, swing your partner do-si-do, treat your baby right tonight. Sign up for your last dance at the good old Reaper's Farewell Country Hall. Run to the sea, gaze at the sky, see those lazy stars are shining, duck or you'll catch one in the eye, 'cause the Reaper is a pitcher and a catcher, and he's a-coming through the ride. So, skip to the left, slide to the right, swing your partner do-si-do, treat your baby right tonight. Sign up for your last dance at the good old Reaper's Farewell Country Hall. See that grim grin, demon, blazing down the line. He'll jump the track like a heart attack to sneak up and catch you from behind. So watch your back and bite your tongue, tread lightly as you go. Place your bets, leave no regrets, and drink in your last sunset. Or skip to the left, slide to the right, swing your partner do-si-do, treat your baby right tonight. Sign up for your last dance at the good old Reaper's Farewell Country Hall. Gaze at the sky and run to the sea. Oh, you better look out, brother, 'cause he's coming after you and me and Harry, Tom, and Dick and Jane and Spot and the kitty, naturally. So, skip to the left, slide to the right, swing your partner do-si-do, treat your baby right as rain tonight. Sign up on your last dance at the good old Reaper's Farewell Country Hall. Well, yes, we're gonna have a grand time at the good old Reaper's Farewell Country Hall. Well, yes, we're gonna dance our last dance at the Grim Reaper's Farewell Country Ball.
How about that, huh?
I love that.
Oh man, that's a dancing tune for sure.
That I was. Hey,
I
you
did.
saw me. I was.
Jason
moving
actually
around
did
over
the
here.
slide in the middle of the song.
Slide.
That one will be on the
Skip
new
to the left, slide to the right.
that'll be on. I have an artist working on that. She's an amazing artist who does like skeleton people, and she's making a bunch of montages in this big giant picture for us, and we'll have that, and maybe we'll one day get funds to animate the whole thing. I see a Mickey Mouse type, remember the skeletons dancing type video
Yeah.
song, but in any
That'd be
case,
so cool.
thanks. It was fun.
So cool.
That will be on the record, the new record with all acoustic stuff, and I got a fiddle player who I know will just totally do that.
Oh,
Yeah, tear it up, tear it
that's-
up.
Yeah, that'll be great. Hey, we're gonna do just a little bit of business here, so I'm gonna talk about how people can get on the show. If you are a singer-songwriter and you'd like to join us for an episode, you just email us at weird@weirdpros.com. Send us links to your music, a good email, and your phone number, and if we like what we hear, we'll be in touch. I am waiting for Jamie to respond to this email, so hopefully he will if he's watching today. and also the guys from Backseat. We're waiting to hear from you guys. So a reminder though, no tracks if you want to perform it. We want you to do it live. Unless you're quarantining together like these folks are, we prefer solo until this is all over. And the internet isn't instantaneous, so we can't actually connect you with somebody in a different place and have it all line up. If you're watching those late night shows at night, those are pre-recorded, in case you were wondering. Also, just a quick note that we are looking for sponsorships so we can pay the artists. These are not expensive. If you contact us, you can use the same email, weird@weirdpros.com. It's the easiest email in the world to remember. Show slate sponsorship, 20-second overlays, product placement, gear, apparel, equipment, whatever. We're open to it all. We're trying to not make profit, but just to raise a little money to throw at the artists when they come on. So if you want to help out that way, you can. We're going to have time for one more song, so I just want to let everybody know who's here next week. Dylan Miller should be here next week, so
Yep.
just check our Facebook page and our website, and we'll clear that up. But I do have one more picture to show you and ask you a question about. Here it comes. You ready?
Yes, sir.
Look at this. Tell us about this.
So that is our garden. We have a in addition to working full time and doing a lot of gigs, we also are pretty avid gardeners. We have a 20.
We're farmers, man.
Yeah, we've got a. It's true. We have a 2,800 square foot garden, and that is sitting at the very back edge of it down there at the end, and those are hops you're looking at.
Oh man.
We it's our third year of growing them, and last year we were able to brew about 43 bottles of beer on the wall, and this year we're hoping to get enough hops to do 100, and it will just get bigger. I think that after this year, if you know about hops, once you harvest them, you cut all the vines down, except you leave about 6 to 8 inches of the plant up, but you cut all the vines and pull them down. So I'm gonna reinforce those structures with some oak or some bigger stuff that's getting heavy now.
Bracket.
Well, we're definitely coming to New Hampshire to visit, and we expect there to be some product that comes out of this. So
I promise that I will send you guys, since you brought that up, I will send you guys some. You'll send me the mugs, and I'll send you a couple of bottles of beer.
fair enough. Fair trade.
Yeah, we last year we brewed something that tasted a lot like New Belgian Fat Tire. It's like an amber ale. It was
Nice.
good.
My wife has arrived from work, and she's on the other side of the table giving the big thumbs up, saying, yes, Belgian Fat Tire. She's into that style. She will be very happy. So, well, what do you got? What are you going to finish out the show with us? For us?
Okay, so we're going to do a happy song at the end. It's a happy dance. It's called Dancer. It's just a whim I had about a dancer that I was in love with secretly. And I wrote this song like, I don't know how long ago, probably 19 years ago or so. My kids used to dance around, and I wrote a lot of songs with dancing motifs in them at that time, and this one hit me, and I kind of got off on that and tried to think about other art forms that were like dancing, that like artists that are weaving things and that are painting things. It's all kind of a dance, and so even the oceans and the tides and rivers and streams and stuff, they all are dancing. So I kind of try to weave in nature and stuff like that. So anyway, it's called
Excellent.
this one is also on the rock and roll record, and the fiddle player nails this big time. So, and it's also a waltz, by the way. So if you're at home and you feel like waltzing, you can dance around your kitchen. Oh, I know you're a dancer. Yes, I know you're a dancer. I saw you in Eden's dance hall. No, oh, I love you completely. Quite discreet, but completely. I waited for evening to fall. As the weaver moves over the loom, and the painter's brush strokes out the moon, so the dancer moves over the room, whirling in time with a tune, swirling in time with a tune. Oh, please, take my hand as you're turning. I'm in love, but I'm learning to move to the beat of your heart. As the rivers and oceans roll on, and the seasons revolve with the sun, so the dancer moves on through the dawn, whirling in time with the song, swirling in time with the song. Oh, please, hold me closer forever. Hold me closer and never, no, never lose time with the song. So, oh, I know you're a dancer. Yes, I know you're a dancer. I saw you in Eden's dance hall.
Awesome.
I was kind of
That was
mesmerized there. I
cool.
almost didn't click the buttons I was supposed to click. You had me in it.
Yeah,
You had me mesmerized.
I was
Yeah.
in a swirl. I was
Wow.
hypnotized in a swirl. I was going there. That
What a
was
fantastic song. And I got to tell you, the arrangements with the harmonies, Susan, are everything, through all
Yes.
the songs has been, we only have a solo on here, and your harmonies are just laying in perfectly. They are beautiful. So,
He's so
Yeah.
really nice.
Thank-
Yeah, really
Well,
nice.
you guys.
when you asked us to do it, I was like, well, we're starting to write other songs together, so it would be nice to. I hope you didn't.
Yeah.
Oh no, absolutely. This we don't so rarely do we actually have people who are married to each other that can actually come on or living together or however to be able to be on the show at the same time. So it's really nice to hear that lay in, because there are times when our guests are singing and most of the time I sing harmonies. That's where I have a lot of strength in that. So I actually start trying to lay it in underneath whatever that person's singing. So that was
Right.
great. And I love the twists and turns that Susan, you were able to take us on, or at least me on, as I was listening to what was going on, because the quality of your voices together, the where you take that, and truthfully, the fun you're having is awesome to watch.
Oh,
So-
it shows up for sure. Yeah.
I mean that's
kumbaya.
No, not in
men-
that way.
Not to mention the fact that at this time of the evening where you are, I can hear the crickets in the background. So they're just adding a little something to the song as we go along.
we
It's actually pretty
we
cool.
were a little bit afraid that our neighbor was going to be mowing her lawn. Like,
all the time.
yeah, she's great.
So
Well,
she's pretty
sometimes you just have to
forward.
go with what's there. So, so listen, I can't thank you guys enough for coming on tonight. I'm going to go ahead and put the
Yes.
big picture on so we can
Thank
see
you so
both.
much. This has been great.
Yeah. Yeah,
We,
we really appreciate it. For those of you that are watching, and I know that I have friends from back in the day watching and everything. We hope this has been a lot of fun for you and catching up with David and Susan.
Yeah.
You know, maybe you haven't heard from them in a while, so that's always fun.
Yeah, hit us up on Facebook. You know, our things are there. And thanks so much to Tom Hesketh, who I know.
Yeah, he facilitated the meeting.
Yeah, Tom hooked us up with you, and Tom has been a dear friend forever. He was our sound guy in Red Rose Cotillion back in the day, and he's probably one of the most gentle, amazing people in the world. So when he called me, I said, "Can we talk?" I was like, I was afraid something bad was up, and instead it was like amazing, and I was like, "Oh, great, thank you so much." So I'm gonna start to get cheery because we've got so many amazing ties to the State College, and you know, I grew up in Pennsylvania, so I got one foot in Pennsylvania and one in New Hampshire. The weather up here is, you may think I'm crazy for saying this, is actually better because it doesn't get so hot in the summer. But anyway,
it's pretty hot.
Well, once again, we just want to say thank you. And this is, it's always fun when we can meet up with, old, if not necessarily friends back in the day, at least heroes that we can meet up with. It's always a lot of fun. And I know you and I talked about a lot of the about pizza and hats and things like that. But we'll catch up on that another time because that was fun too. But so everybody that's been watching us, we want to thank you again for watching, and we want to remind you that we're here every Thursday, 6 p.m. Eastern, 5 Central, 3 on the left coast, and if you're in the mountains, you'll have to figure out what time that is. You can do your own thing. But we want to remind everybody who's watching, thanks again. We're on our way out here. I just want to remind everybody of what Hunter S. Thompson said and wrote a while back. When the going gets weird,
A weird turn pro.
there you go. All right. Thanks, everybody. We will see you next week. Same time, same channel.
Have a great week, y'all. Thank you, David and Susan. It was great meeting you.
Yeah, hang with us for another couple minutes, guys, and we'll talk to you after we go off the air. Thanks.
Okay.